Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
So here we have the Airpods Max. This is the case that it comes with. We all know that many people make fun of this case because it doesn't really do much to protect this very significant investment. The case itself has openings at the bottom of it. You do have a little space here to charge the device when the power goes low, and that's pretty much it. All of the knobs and buttons and even parts of the frame of the headphone are all exposed. So if you were to drop it or something was to happen to it, this case is not very protective at all. The top here is actually part of the headphone. It doubles as a handle for the case. So it looks kind of like a purse or a handbag. That's been the gag going around since the announcement of this device. Now, just to let you guys see how it looks, let's put the case up here. These are them. Apple did a really good job with the build quality. It does feel very premium. This entire piece here is, from what I understand, one piece of aluminum that they cut. It's not touch panel at all. Your controls are this crown, as they call it, the digital crown. You turn to adjust the volume. You push it in for your stop and your change songs. This one here is your noise canceling, and that's pretty much all there is to these. Of course, you have your charging port at the bottom of the headphone. Overall, a very nice design. Let me not forget the very unique headrest here. It's made out of a mesh material. Like I said before, it doubles as a handle when it's in the case, but it's also used to keep your head fairly comfortable, as this piece here applies very little pressure to the top of your head when you actually have them on. So I know at first it does look kind of funny, which it really does, but once you wear them, you feel how comfortable at least the headpieces. Now the cups themselves, to me, it's kind of a mixed bag. My ears do tend to warm up in these. Maybe it's because I have large ears. I don't know why exactly, but I don't find these to be the most comfortable headphones. Yes, you could wear them for extended times, more so than some of my others, but I feel they could have gone that extra length to justify the price tag, at least in the comfort area. This is a type of memory foam, so it does contour to the sides of your face, so there isn't as much, there shouldn't be as much head or ear warming because of this here. But what I find is the most uncomfortable is the pressure that the headphones themselves place on the sides of my head, right by the jaw. It just really puts a lot of force down there, and that's why I say I can't wear these as long as I might like, because like with their other audio accessories, they just seem to hurt me. I don't know why. What is with Apple products? But there's always something to the build that just doesn't sit well with me personally. The AirPods hurt my ears, the AirPods Pro hurt my ears, now the AirPod Max hurts my jaw. Go figure. I don't know what it is. But as long as I can force myself to get past that point, or don't wear them to the point where I get to at that point, these are pretty good headphones. A bit pricey for what you get. Next we have the Bose 700. Now this is the case that it comes in. Not to compare, but you can see that this case does protect the headphone completely, as opposed to the AirPod Max, which does pretty much nothing much to protect the headphone at all. Now, once you unzip the case, These here are the Bose 700s themselves. The case does come with a handy little area where you can store your cables for it. Here you have your 3.5 audio cable and your USB-C charging cable. The headphones themselves are very stylish, especially in this color here, the gold or the bronze on white. I chose this one just because it stood out so much more than the all black that many people seem to want. There's also a gray one if memory serves, but this white and bronze was a real eye catcher to me. Now, the ear cups appear to float on this bar here. As you can see, the bar tries to just become one piece with the headpiece. The headpiece isn't a mesh, but it is again a type of memory foam in here, at least so it feels. So it is quite comfortable to wear. Not as comfortable as the Airpods Max. That mesh really does do a wonderful job, but quite comfortable nonetheless. The cups slide along here to adjust. They kind of glide. It's almost odd to see how it just moves up and down along this, because you realize that they would just fall off, but they don't. It's actually really cool to slide them around. Along the headphone, you have your Bluetooth connection. That's actually the power button. You press that and you sync to your device. You have your Alexa or whatever assistant that you have attached to this, and here you have your noise canceling. This thing does have 10 levels of noise canceling, which you can adjust within the app. When you press the button, though, it just goes from 0 to 5 to 10. So it's either none, some, or all. So, but it works. It works really well. The cups, I like the cups. It's not the same type of memory foam that you find on the Airpods Max, but it is still a very lightweight material, soft and comfortable for long or for extended periods of wear. As you can see, they have the right and left inside the ear cup, so you don't get confused as to which side each cup goes on. And that's pretty much as far as it goes for the physicality of it. This is touch sensitive, so you do control your music with swipes and gestures on the outer surface. Slide forward, slide back to change songs, slide up and down to adjust the volume, and taps to pause and play. These here I find very comfortable. These are actually my main overhead or over-ear headphones. I could wear these for hours on end if I have to, and they've never given me any significant wear fatigue at all. I love the way these feel. The sound is kind of neutral. There isn't anything too strong at either end, so it's a very even sound, but it sounds good. Bose just knows how to, tune their headphones in a certain way, and they've done it for years, and the people, me included, seem to like what they've done. Next, we have the world-renowned Sony XM3s. These were recently replaced by the XM4s. Unfortunately, I never got the XM4s. Truthfully, it was because the difference between the XM3s and the 4s was such that if you had a pair of XM3s, the difference between the two was negligible. It had a similar sound, similar feature set. So you could do without the upgrade if you had these. anything before these you would want to upgrade to the 4s. I happened to get the 3s not too long before the 4s came out, so I just decided to stay with this here, and they've done me great service since. So this is the case, brown, large. It does have a mesh here where you can put little things in if you so choose. I would say it's harder than the Bose. It's still a type of cardboard, I would think, but it feels very secure. Now inside the case we have the headphones. Here they are, the XM3s. Before we take a quick look at those, let's see exactly what it does have inside. It does come with a USB-C cable to charge your headphones. It has the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. It also comes with all the little adapters, and here we have, I think this is the plain adapter. This is what you supposedly use on the plane when you want to hear what they have. You plug in this and you plug in your headphones here and you're able to hear. So all that came within the case. The headphones themselves do not feel as premium as the Airpod Max, and nor do they look as premium as the Max or the Bose. It's pretty much a plastic build. It does have some flex to it, but of course if you stretch them too hard you feel they would snap. But they are extremely light. So if you're one who does not like having much weight on your head when you're playing your headphones, this is probably be the one you would want to get. Again, here we have a similar material to the Bose. The Airpods Max still win in this area. I do like whatever it is they use, that type of meshy memory foam that they use for their cups, but this is also very similar. The cups themselves, it's a small space in here, so if you have big ears, this probably would not be the cup for you. Not even the headphone for you, because I don't know if you can adjust the size of this. Maybe there's a third party that gives you less cushioning so you can fit your ears inside the space more easily. I don't actually know. It is a touch panel on the side here, so you control your music with swipes. There's also a feature here for its passive. You would just hold a hand over a cup and it would actually drop the noise so you can hear someone who's trying to talk to you. So it was a very convenient little feature. So you didn't have to take your headphones off or actually stop the music altogether to join in a conversation. Okay, on the inside you have the right and the left. They are pretty non-descriptive on the cups themselves, unless you look for the little NFC tag, because these do appear via NFC very easily. Just tap it to the device and it's automatic appears. On the cups themselves, you have the buttons. You have your power button, you have your noise cancelling and ambient sound button. So you press this, you can turn your noise cancelling on or off. I think that was the last button on these. Oh, we have our input for a physical cable, and we have our USB-C. Now, it should be noted that that the XM3s and the Bose can both use their 3.5 jack, even when their power is dead, and just use the headphones by themselves. They'll draw power from the device. The Airpods Max, the Airpod Max will not allow that, from what I am told. Whether you go wired or not, they still need a charge to actually work. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, as far as noise cancelling goes, these are said to be or at least these were said to be the number one until the XM4s came, and they said the XM4s are slightly better, and now they say that the Airpods Max are the best in the business as of now. I would have to side with the Airpod Max. They do sound really good when that noise cancelling is on. Maybe that's not the right term to use. Maybe it's not sound good because you can't really hear much of anything. So, but here we are, the XM3s. A very, very good pair of headphones, all the bells and whistles you could possibly want in over-ear noise cancelling headphones. Here we have what I consider somewhat of an odd duck. These are called the Neurophones by Neura. Now, I say these are an odd duck simply because of how they are built, which you'll see in a minute. First off, let's look at the case that my particular pair came with. It's a soft leatherette case. It is waterproof, so water will not get through here, but it's not hard. So if you were to drop these or someone was to stomp on these, you could damage the headphones inside. But even with this lack of any kind of hard shell, it's still better than what Apple provides with the Max. So I'm still not sure what they were thinking when they decided to provide this as the in-box case that the device came with. Now, let's look inside the bag here. Here are the Neuras themselves. There's nothing extra in the bag. The device did come with USB-C cable and a proprietary power cable and audio cable. It must be still inside the box that I have for these. Now, the Neurophones themselves are a very unique pair of headphones. I'm sure you can see just from how the cups look, these are not your everyday headphones at all. These are unique because what they do is these little buds here go into your ear and they measure the frequency of how the noise goes into your ear and bounces out. Then it calibrates the headphones for the perfect audio experience for you. And this is based on the individual wearing the headphones. Once you put them on, it will ask you to scan your ears. And once you do, you get a much richer audio experience with these headphones. That is the unique take. It is a metal build. Again, a type of memory foam here, but not as thick as the Bose and not as light as the Airpod Max. Not even as thick as the Sony. It is kind of thin, but the thinness adds to, or I guess takes away from the weight. But these are also kind of heavy because the entire band is a single metal piece. As far as controls go, these here are actually touch panels. As small as they are extremely sensitive. One of the aspects I did not like about controlling these, any little touch or swipe in the slightest will adjust your volume or change the song or stop the song. It could be very bothersome if for some reason you're in the headphone area at all. But the look and the feel of the headphones to me is top notch. These do look very different, very futuristic, and they do actually carry some futuristic tech in the fact that yes, they measure the sound frequency in your ears to provide that excellent audio experience. They also have noise cancelling, the ANC, they have the pass-through. They have a lot of features there that the more common noise cancelling headphones have. So not only can it do what they can do, it also has its own trick up its sleeve. The main issue I have with these, because of their very unique design, I personally cannot wear them for very long. They sound great. The bass, when you turn on your sound profile, these things rattle your head. These things can really do you some ear damage if you are not careful. But because of how they are built, with this bud in the middle to deliver those highs, and have the cup here deliver that bass, it really does begin to hurt your ears. Your inner ear really begins to feel all of this power going straight into it. I really can't wear these for much more than an hour turned up to any kind of significant volume at all. They're just too powerful for my ears. Maybe somebody else fears better, but me, these things are just hard to play for any extended period of time. As good as they sound, as much as I love the way they sound, they just aren't good for me in that aspect. Here we have the Bang & Olufsen H9i. Now, this is a very premium set of headphones. So premium, it really begs the question, why would they give you a bag as the carrying case for it? Well, but that's what they did. They gave you a nice little bag to put your premium headphones in. Now, even with their smaller headphones, they also come with little tie bags. So maybe it's just what they do. Maybe it's how they are unique. Now, these here are the Bang & Olufsen H9i's. These here are right now my most premium set of headphones, at least to me. Now, this band here is not any kind of soft touch leather or mesh or memory foam. This here is lambskin. Yes, lambskin on my headphones. Lambskin and real leather all around. Within the headpiece, you have the metal arm that can extend out, slide pull, and it just slides out. It's a brushed, somewhat gun metal, so it looks very premium. These panels here are touchscreen or are touch sensitive. That's how you do control your audio with swipes and gestures. One of the unique aspects of these headphones that many don't know about is you can actually remove the battery from the headphone if these headphones die. It's a removable battery, so all you have to do is buy a new one and you're good to go. None of the others that I've showed you have that option. When their battery dies, it's either you take it to the manufacturer for a manufacturer's replacement of it if they do it, or you just get new headphones. At least with the Bang & Olufsen, for that price, they give you the option to keep these things going as long as you possibly can. The headphones themselves, here we have the on and off switch. It's just a toggle, very easy to find. You have your USB-C and your 3.5mm headphone jack. And those are all the controls on the device, just like that. Everything else is done by swipes. Swipe up twice, swipe down twice. To change the volume is you just spin your hand in a circle towards the right for volume up, towards the left for volume down. Very unique controls, kind of iffy at times. I would say they work maybe 90% of the time. Sometimes you do need to go through it more than once to get the right response. But overall, a very great set of headphones. They do have Bluetooth like the rest of them. I would say that they fall somewhere between the Bose and the earphones. Simply because the earphones, they have good ANC, but it's not the best. The Airpods Max have really good ANC, and the Sony is right behind them, if not dead even with them. So the most premium of the headphones doesn't have the best ANC, but it does have some of the best sound. Of course, sound is, that depends on the user, But to me, for the money that I paid for these, they delivered on every aspect: the build, the sound, and the look. Not so much the case though. Here we have an oldie but a goodie. These here were probably, I think, one of my first pairs of Bluetooth noise cancelling headphones from a premium company. Now, these here are my Sennheisers. These are the Sennheiser HD 4.5. Now, before we take a look at the headphone, this is a case that it comes in. It's a little bag. It gets the job done. It's not waterproof, but it is large enough to store your headphones. I think in here I have a phone charger, some extra power cables and such. It's a nice little size to hold not only your headphones, but also any other accessory you might want. And here they are, the Sennheiser HD 4.5. Now, these guys are a completely plastic build. There's no metal anywhere here. But it does look good, and for the price, you wouldn't really argue with what they gave you. The headphones themselves are Bluetooth. They do offer active noise canceling and pass-through. The buttons, we have the power button. This is the toggle button for change your music. Here's your volume keys. Here's your 3.5mm headphone jack and your USB or micro USB. This was before the time of USB-Cs being as popular as than they are now. But these headphones are light. They don't actually clamp much down on my head. They're very comfortable to wear. Again, because of the small ear holes, they do tend to warm up my ears a little faster than I like. But because they're so light, it's not as bad as it actually could be. The force coming down on my head isn't nearly as powerful as, let's say, the Airpod Max. But for what they are, the build quality, though not nearly the best, is surpassed by the audio quality of it and the endurance. I've had these for a while, and we have gone on marathons together, and these things have never given out on me. The battery life, just being used on the regular from day to day, and they still work as good now as they did when I first got them. The Sennheiser HD 4.5s, these are a great pair, or a great budget pair of Bluetooth ANC headphones to get if you're in the market for one. Now, if you happen to get a set of headphones like these that come with a case that is not particularly conducive to keeping your headphones safe, you might want to get something along these lines. This is a case by LLT Gem. Now, as you can see, the headphones fit snugly inside. It has indents made for the headphones. Like, this case was actually made for this particular headphone, as they knew that people would want to get a better case for these expensive headphones. You're able to put your extra cables here. It's very soft, like a soft carpet on the inside, so your case is not going to damage your expensive headphones any at all. Now, the Airpod Max can indeed fit in this case. So, with a quick swap, your Airpod Max can just go right in here and sit snugly inside. Now, was it made for this particular case? No, but I'm pretty sure that, being that the Airpod Max is the runaway success that it is, this company will probably come out with a similar case to this that has the proper indentations for the Airpod Max. But as it stands, if you own a pair of AirPods Max, it would be in your best interest to get a case like this or something similar. But just like that, your Airpod Max is 1,000 times more protected than it would be in this. So yes, as it stands right now, the Airpod Max is not in its low power mode, but it's 1% every so many hours. It's not the biggest deal, especially when you think about the protection of the device. This does no such thing. This does everything. With that said, my name is Angie, the Neon X, and Bluetooth headphones. This is what I'm into.